Right, good evening everybody. My name is Sian Mawson. I thought it would be easy to find an insect linked to my name as I share my surname with a famous person, Sir Douglas Mawson. Sir Douglas Mawson explored Antarctica in the early 20th century and has several places named after him. He is also honoured in the naming of the Antarctic toothfish and even has a genus of fungi named after him. But, try as I might, I couldn't find an insect named after him. I did find a parasitic wasp. Called Sian Mawson, but I don't know if it was named after Sir Douglas. There are 2 records of this wasp from the eastern states on Atlas of Living Australia, but no photos. The Wikipedia entry is quite limited, and I don't think I'm going to get much of a talk out of this one. My next thought was to talk about an insect that bears more sons than daughters. Get it? Mawson? In general, the sex ratio in a species is about equal. If there is a bias towards one sex, it is usually more females than males. However, a bit of Googling revealed that there are a few ways in which the ratio can be manipulated to produce more males than females. Most of what I read was beyond me and too hard to form into a talk, but climate change may have an influence on sex ratios. One paper looked at a wasp that parasitises the European corn borer moth. As the common name suggests, the European corn borer is a pest of grain crops. The caterpillars of the moth bore holes into parts of the plant, reducing crop yield. The wasp controls the moths by killing the caterpillars, thereby reducing the number of adult moths that can produce more caterpillars. However, in an experiment, the wasps produced more male than female young when the temperature was warmer. This could lead to fewer female wasps being around to control the caterpillars. While the experiment was conducted in a laboratory, with a warming climate, this could soon be occurring in nature. If this does happen in nature, it could lead to reduced crop yields and potentially starvation for the people relying on that crop. That all sounded a bit grim for a talk, so I looked for a different subject. To find something with my name in it, I ran a search on the Atlas of Living Australia. First, I looked for an insect with my surname and found one species, Sian Mawsoni. You'll recall that I looked at this species earlier and found nothing to talk about. Then I ran a search for my first name. That produced 39 results with images. Now to find something to talk about. The first hit is the genus Asianopus. Lots of images, but it's a spider, and I wanted an insect. Next is the moth genus Visiana. Good, it's an insect, but all of the reports are from the eastern states. And so is Edwardiana and Grossiana. Matthewsianus is from WA, but there are only 2 records and the photos are a dead specimen. And so the disappointment goes on. So I've decided to speak about an insect that may have my name in the future. In March of 2021, I found a nest of native bees, Homolictus dotatus, in my parents' shade house. In his book, A Guide to Native Bees of Australia, Terry Houston says that he once estimated a nest of a related species to contain at least 160 females. Mum and Dad's nest looked busier than that, so I set about to count the bees. I did this by placing vials over the entrance and capturing every bee that came out. After 3.5 hours, I had 285 bees. And 1 wasp. The wasp had been inside the bee nest and was captured as it left. Terry identified the wasp as an undescribed species in the genus Pseudophonus. Pseudophonus are part of the family Gasteroptridae. Most of the female members of the Gasteroptridae have very long ovipositors with which they lay eggs in the nests of solitary bees and wasps. That's right, most, except Pseudophonus. Terry kindly took some close-up photos of my wasp. Here's a shot of its face, and to show it doesn't have a long ovipositor, here's a shot of its bum. Thanks, Terry. Back to my Pseudophonus. Being an undescribed species means that I'm possibly the first person to collect one. And being the first person to collect a species means there is a chance it could be named after me. But what name to choose? Tradition suggests it should be Pseudophonus mawsoni. But I like the name of Pseudophonus shaniana. What it actually ends up being named is a story for another time. Thank you very much.
Didn't you find several species of bees in that hole in the ground? Or was one?
Just the one species. Yeah.
Any other questions?
That's very good, thank you.
By telling us those proposed names and putting it writing on the screen, you're not invalidating those names, are you? So that ruling them out from contention, publishing them on the screen.
I don't know. Am I? I don't know about these things.
I wouldn't put them in the newsletter, put it that way, otherwise, because it's some things like, if a name's published like ahead of time, then it can kind of be banned from use.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Okay, so
redacted.
delete this video.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. What name?